Hello everyone, I hope you all are well and having a good day so far. Today we are doing a henna treatment with amla and fenugreek, and we are mixing it in an iron bowl. I recently learned that if you want an overall deeper, darker color from your henna, you need to soak your henna base in an iron bowl or iron skillet. This helps the henna oxidize to form a blackish pigment that actually cuts down on the reddish orange hue of the henna and darkens the overall color. Now, the older and the rustier your iron bowl is, the better. Now, let's talk about the inspiration for today's treatment. So, one of my viewers was kind to share her recipe in the comment section, and she wanted me to try it on my hair, which I did, and I posted it on Instagram in a reel form. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. I am at Rose Baby Channel. I recently started posting on there and I would love your support. Anyway, the color came out beautiful. I loved her recipe. However, my hair was extremely dry. So today's treatment is actually inspired by my viewer. I just had to do some adjustments to make it work for my hair, and I am so excited to share this with you all. So before we get started on today's video, please be sure to subscribe to my channel down below, hit that thumbs up, and with all of that said, let's get to it. For my treatment today, my goal is to pull out some darker brownish tones from my henna, and I also want to add moisture so my hair doesn't dry out. So for my henna base today, I'll be using 100% pure henna, amla, fenugreek, aloe vera powder, and coffee. And for liquid, today I'm using some cinnamon and hibiscus tea. If you can find these in your grocery store, that's wonderful. You can just add a few tea bags to your tea kettle and brew some strong tea. However, if you can't find them, I'll show you guys how to brew some cinnamon and hibiscus tea really quick. To the strainer of my tea pot, I'm going to add some hibiscus leaves, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I also like to add some cloves for a nice sweet scent. And now just cover that with some hot boiling water and let your tea steep for a few minutes while you prep your paste. Now let's talk about fenugreek. I love fenugreek. It's becoming one of my new staple. But if you're not familiar with it, fenugreek powder absorbs a lot of water and it expands. What I did here, I just added 1 tablespoon of fenugreek powder and I covered it with hot water. When the water was absorbed, I added more water. I did that like 2 times, and look how much it absorbed the liquid, and look how beautiful this paste is. But you see how much it expands? I just want to show you this so you guys don't use too much of it. A little goes a long way. Now you can add the powder directly to your henna paste, but since I made this paste, I'll be using it today. So to make the henna paste, we're going to start by toasting some amla powder in my cast iron bowl. This is also a trick that I've learned from one of my followers. Doing this, I guess, it helps to minimize the henna's reddish tones and create a darker, cooler toned browns. So I'll be doing this for a few minutes over medium heat until I get my amla to look nice and dark. Alright, I let my amla powder cool slightly, and now we can add the rest of our ingredients. So next I'm adding my henna powder, 2 tablespoons of coffee, and for moisture we're going to add 1 tablespoon of aloe vera powder. And also for moisture and some great benefits for the hair and scalp, we're going to add the fenugreek paste. Now, because my amla powder has a slightly acidic pH, I will not be adding any apple cider vinegar or lemon juice. I'm just going to add my warm tea and mix it in to create a paste that is the consistency of yogurt. Now I'm just going to cover it up. I find the shower cap works the best, and I put a blanket on top of it to keep it nice and warm, and we're just going to let it sit for a few hours for dye release. So I let the henna sit for 4 hours, and what happens when you let the henna sit for dye release is that the iron interacts with the acidity that is in your mix, and this is what promotes a deeper and richer color. So you will notice when you stir your henna that the parts of the mix that have been in a direct contact with the iron are now have a blackish color. So you really need to mix it well at this point to evenly distribute this dye throughout the base before you apply it to your hair. Alright guys, I got my henna all ready to go, and I already started a section in my hair. I like to work in small sections, so I'm going to start applying the henna from the roots to the tips. Like I said, working in small sections and making sure to cover all of my hair. Now after you are done applying the henna, cover your hair with a plastic cup. Try not to let any hair be exposed as the henna needs to be wet to work. You can also wear a scarf or a beanie to keep it warm and moist, and leave it on your hair between 2 to 4 hours for a more intense color. Now I let the henna sit on my hair for about 4 hours. For the best results, just wash your hair with plain water. Don't use shampoo. You can use a co-wash to help you detangle your hair and wash it thoroughly, but just wait at least 24 hours to shampoo your hair. Now looking at the before replay, I can't help but to comment on my old henna hair. Do you guys see how good the color looks? And this is after 6 weeks. And I wash my hair a minimum of twice a week, but you can see there is no fading. Unless you spend a crazy amount of time in the sun, you will not notice any color difference. And there's your evidence. Now let's take a look at the after footage. Alright guys, here it is. It is gorgeous. My hair turned out so beautiful. I love the color, and my grays are completely covered now with this beautiful bronze color. I can see some golden touches, which I really adore, but the overall color is actually darker than normal thanks to the cast iron. But I don't think you can really eliminate the red tone of the henna entirely, but I think what it does, it darkens the stain of the henna to a more of a reddish brown instead of the bright orange, which works great for gray hair. And as always, the color will settle in and darken over the next few days as well. Now what I like most is how my hair feels right now. It has a very pleasant texture. It's incredibly soft and nourished. I think the aloe vera powder and fenugreek work their magic. I will never do henna again without aloe vera. I learned my lesson on that. And this was my first time adding fenugreek to my henna base, and let me tell you, it really made the base luxurious. It was very easy to apply, very easy to rinse, and I think it's a great addition because it actually promotes hair growth and strength, as well as it conditions and nourishes the hair. And it's very good at preventing and treating dandruff. And I also love whenever I add Amla powder to my henna base because it doesn't only add body and shine to the hair, but it also keeps the hair from turning brassy, which no one wants. So all in all, this was a great experiment. Thanks again for my viewer who gave me the inspiration. And if you guys have any recommendations or any tips that you'd like me to try next, please leave them in the comments below. I love to read you guys' comments. You always have the best tips. But that's all I got for you today. I really hope that you all enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Now if you did, please thumbs it up, consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!